Got out of the early screening, and after hearing some critics talk, I can tell you with confidence, this is going to get some mixed reviews, but you know what? I'm here to defend it, flaws and all. Hey guys, welcome to my Supergirl movie review that I will be keeping spoiler-free, going over the good, going over the not so good, which, let's be fair, there's some. And also, who's going to really enjoy this movie and maybe won't. And stay till the end when I rate this using my super sophisticated 5-star rating system. And just so you know, I love DC and Marvel. DC a little bit more, because I grew up with it. I like the Snyderverse, and I'm super excited about James Gunn's DCU. So yeah, I just like good stuff, man. And James Gunn's DCU so far has been just that, with the Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, and last year's awesome Superman. Including the cameo at the end of Superman when we see Supergirl. That was so awesome. She's like, oh, thanks for watching them, bitch. And I'm like, whoa, that's different. And yeah, now she gets her own movie. And like you saw in that cameo, this Supergirl is not just Superman in a skirt, which has sometimes been done. She's her own person here, dude. Milly Alcock plays her wonderfully. She's edgy, fun, and a totally likable train wreck. And extra points to the DCU, not totally like sexualizing her or anything. I mean, I don't remember half the things Black Widow says when she wears that outfit, so yeah. Here, you actually pay attention to Milly Alcock and her character, which there's a lot of, including her vulnerability, which is very internal, because man, she is broken, dude. And you get it because she is Supergirl. She remembers Krypton. No detail, there's a scene where you actually see the difference it makes in the way people are. Because you see Superman is totally clueless about Krypton, and he can easily just consider Earth home, versus her seeing shit actually fall apart and seeing her home ending. And I like that it shows why she's a train wreck. If there was ever an emotional support animal for someone, it's freaking Krypto, dude. And just to get out of the way for you guys that are like, oh no, girl power, relax. Supergirl's never played that way. There's no strong messaging. This is a super cool comic book hero who happens to be a girl. So we're good. Ridley plays her sidekick, Ruthye, that she goes on a mission with. And even though her character is not really that interesting, they do form a relationship and a bond and a friendship that's super cool and sweet, and you feel it. And the movie definitely has a bit of a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe with some Mad Max. Speaking of Guardians, the music here, bro, awesome song choices in certain scenes, just like Guardians, great score, it works. As far as villains, our villain here, his name is Krem. He's played by, what the f***? Matthias Schoenaerts? People can pick this villain apart as far as being one-dimensional, and he is, but I actually really liked him here. He's got this really cool look like a henchman from a Mad Max movie, and he makes all these like cool facial expressions, but he's also got this kind of swagger, like an evil Jack Sparrow. Like he walks into every room like he just doesn't give a f***. And I like that, because yes, he is one-dimensional, but at least he's not Thor, Dark World, evil elves boring. But again, this movie isn't even about the villain, it's about Supergirl and her journey. Externally and internally. Speaking of journey, we run into Lobo. Bro, Jason Momoa, he was like born to play this role, and he's having a blast doing it. You see it in every scene that he's in. That said, I would like to see more from this character in the future, because if he just plays this one tone, you can easily see Lobo become a caricature of himself very quickly. So I do hope they go a little bit deeper with Lobo next time, and I think Momoa can handle that. The few scenes that David Corenswet are in, you love them because you can see the relationship with him and his cousin. You feel it, and you can't wait to see them again together. And as you saw in the trailer, the villain hurts Krypto, and Supergirl has to go on a mission to find a cure for her dog. How do you hurt Krypto, you fucking mother? But yeah, in her search, you see all these awesome planets, awesome creature designs, and you also see different suns and how they affect Kryptonians. And it is cool the way that it's explored and does set up for some great scenes and Supergirl moments where you're just like, yeah, go nuts now. And she does, kinda. Yeah, not as much as you want. There's also a lack of clean choreography fighting in some parts and action, where I can almost feel the director wasn't totally confident with these scenes. It almost feels like Christopher Nolan when he first did Batman Begins and was still learning how to do those huge action shots. It felt like that, but this still does have good action. Also, how they do Krypton here is very interesting, dude. Very different from Man of Steel. And it does give you a good look of where Supergirl came from, who she was, what screwed her up, and why she feels so lost on Earth. Where Clark is like, yay, everyone's good. She's like, bro, I've seen some shit. And yeah, man, with her trying to find her place, not getting lost inside, and trying to save her dog that kind of keeps her together, this movie has some heart and layers. Now here is where I have to be real. Besides flaws in the action, we do have a script that could have been written a lot better. But I think what is going to bother people the most here is that unlike the edginess and humor of the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, or the joyful return of happiness in 2025 Superman that echoed like the Richard Donner films, Supergirl does not feel like it's breaking any new ground. It has vibes of films that we truly love, but nothing that feels really fresh. So I do get the criticism from some critics. I do. But here's the thing. You can call it PTSD if you want. I mean, did you see Jared Leto's Joker? But after the long consistency of MCU films always being pretty good until recently, versus the Jekyll and Hyde quality of the Snyderverse, including the rush job to get to the Joss Whedon's Justice League, which sucked, maybe Supergirl just needs to be a good and fun movie. If you're good with that, you're going to leave the theater having fun just like I did. Guys, in the end, Supergirl isn't groundbreaking, but it's a fun film with a lot of heart that cares about its main character and does its job by establishing another character in James Gunn's very interestingly growing DCU. Guys, what did you think of Supergirl? Let me know in the comments. Also, I do movie reviews and also trailer reactions with my daughter. Feel free to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and thanks for watching.